Alright, welcome back guys. Today I'm going to show you guys the best way, in my opinion, to get Spiritomb in Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl. So, you get Spiritomb at level 25. You can see I have it here. And you're going to run into it at the odd by placing the odd keystone in the tower on Route 209. I guess I'm going to show you guys where to get the odd keystone, just for those of you who don't know where it is. It's on Route 208. You're going to go to Hearthroom City. And you're going to mosey on over to this entrance, not inside the Focus Center. Alright, so you're going to go down here, and you're going to go over to Route 208. I would fly to Hearthroom City first, and then make your way on over here. I've already got it, obviously, but I'm going to show you, for those of you that don't know where Spiritomb, where to get it. So you're going to talk to this guy. He's kind of hiding right next to the honey tree. So go to Route 209, head to the Grand Underground, listen to the stone pillar. Talk to all spunkers. So he kind of tells you what you're supposed to do with the item. But once you get the odd keystone after talking with this NPC, you're going to go over to Route 209. Now, I'm going to go to Silesian Town. And despite popular belief, you do not need to have the post-game complete in order to get Spiritomb. You could actually get Spiritomb as soon as you unlock Route 209, but I would recommend completing the game first. You don't have to, though. It's just going to be more grindy, but we'll get to that. So, you get the odd keystone, and you're going to put it into this tower here. So there's a broken, crumbling tower made of stone. That's what it'll say after you have encountered Spiritomb. It is a one-time event. You cannot encounter Spiritomb again. So just keep that in mind. Once you get Spiritomb once, that's the only time in the game you're able to get it. If you are trying to shiny hunt Spiritomb, you would simply save right here after you've talked with the NPCs, and you would just keep resetting once you see Spiritomb in order to get your shiny. It's a relatively quick shiny hunt as far as shiny hunts go, but that is another story. So, you've gotten your odd keystone and you've gone here, and I'm going to show you what the encounter looks like in a little bit. But first, how do you actually get Spiritomb? Well, you have to talk to 32 out of 35 unique NPCs in the Grand Underground. So, if you go to your Explorer's Kit, and then you go underground and play alone, you can run around the entire map, and there are 35 unique NPCs you have to talk with. These NPCs do not include the medic, the sphere traders, the treasure trader that are along the underground. Those are considered generic ones, are not unique, so talking with them does not count. Fortunately, there is a website, gamerguides.com, has put together a fantastic interactive map, which I'm going to show you guys right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, so they put together a fantastic map that shows you the entire Grand Underground. Now this looks fairly intimidating, but you'll know that there are basically 6 sections, or the underground is split into 6 segments. Got the top 2 segments here, this giant center area, which is all connected except for the very center, which is underneath Celestial Town. Then you have 2 sections at the bottom, which are not connected. And they all kind of have different colors. You can see the center area is a sort of a yellow color. This over here by Sunlight Cavern is kind of a red. This is all connected to each other. Down here, right below Sunny Shore City, is light blue. You can see this center area green is below Celestial Town. Over here, in the purple, or the pink, I guess, this is more like pink. This is where below the fight arena. So you will need to get to the post game to talk to the NPCs here. And then over here at the top is below Snowy Point City. So you will be able to get up there later in the game. Now you'll note there's a lot of little icons here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I would recommend you do. So if you can go to this little legend here on the side, on the left-hand side of the map, and you want to disable the points of interest. I mean, there's some wonderful information. It shows you the items you can pick up, Pokemon you can encounter, TMs if you're looking for those. So definitely go through those, but for the sake of talking to the NPCs, I'm going to go ahead and disable all the points of interest. the items, the hideaways even. Actually, we'll keep the hideaways, disable the TMs, and we're just left with the NPCs. So you can see there are if you scroll in here, I'm going to go to Sunlit Cavern. Maybe go to full screen. Okay, so this is right below route entrance on 207. Let's go ahead and go back to our game really quick. And I'm going to show you for this example, going to go over to route 207. So let's go to Osborg City. And I'm just showing you a method I found that I think works the best to talk to the NPCs quickly, because you're going to need to talk to as many NPCs as possible. So we're about here. This is 207. You can see the entrance is right there. I'm going to go underground right here. And you'll be able to see the map that I am now, where my little red dot is on the bottom left-hand corner. I'm in this area on the map, and I'm looking for an NPC called Letitia. Now, let's go back to our map on the gamer guides real quick. And you can see we are exactly right here where my mouse is. This is going to correspond to where we are on the Switch. Now, there is an NPC called Letitia in this segment of the map. She has about a 90% chance of being in this area, with the other 10% meaning that another NPC from any of these areas could randomly spawn in here. So we're going to run around, we're going to have to see up to this entire map, this entire segment. She will be in here somewhere, or at least an NPC will be. And she cannot be this one segment. It's enter the hideout and go into another area. You can see there's another NPC that represents somewhere in that segment. So every little segment has an NPC associated with it. But we are in this particular segment here. So let's go ahead and go back to the game and see if we can find Letitia, or perhaps another NPC that is in this little segment. So I like to start by going over here. And then, well, that's the Sphere Trader. These guys do not count as a unique NPC. And quickly looking up here, and then we're going to go over, kind of make a little S shape. And then down, and there she is. So we can talk to her, and she'll give you a line of text. And that'll count as talking to the NPC. So now that we've talked to Letitia, we can go ahead and tick her off the map. Now, this is why this map is so incredibly useful. Let's go ahead and go back to the map real quick. Now that we've talked to Letitia, you can see we're able to tick her off the list. So we simply go over to Letitia. If you scroll down on the interactive elements, you can tick Letitia off the list. They're alphabetized, so let's find the L's. And Letitia is there. So see the icon on the map. Once I tick this off, she's going to disappear. So that means we've already talked with her, and we can now go to the other side of the map and look for Elijah. And then we'll rinse and repeat this entire process. So we can go, since we're already in this particular section of the Grand Underground, I would recommend going and talking to Elijah, talking to Rika, and then going and filling out the rest of the underground, talking with Michelle, Reed, Roy, and finally Tina. And once you're ticking them off as you go, and then you can go back to the overworld and go to a different part of the world. Excuse me, my phone was going off there. Okay, so that's going to be by far the most efficient way to see all of the NPCs in the game. Again, these NPCs have about a 90% chance of being in the respective areas. So there is a chance you will run into a different NPC in their area, and then you can just take that one off the list while you're doing it. Well, the reason why I said it's going to be so grindy if you don't have access to all the areas is because there are some areas, like for example, this is the post-game section of here. There's 7 NPCs here that you're going to need to talk to if you want to see all of them. You only need to see 32 out of the 35 NPCs, but that means there's 4 NPCs here that you're just going to have to randomly run around and keep resetting the corridors until you get to talk to those four of those NPCs to get all 35. So it's a bit of a grind if you don't have the post game or access to the entire map. If you walk into one of the hideouts and then you walk back out onto the route, it will reset the position of the NPCs. So if you don't see that, like the NPC that you see, you can simply go in and out and it'll be potentially a different NPC. But again, it's about 90% chance that the NPC you're looking for or the NPC assigned to that section is going to be there. So it's better just to simply talk to each one, go to the different sections and talk to each one, and then tick them off the list instead of trying to go in and out and resetting. Because oftentimes when you do that, you will get the same NPC over and over again. So there's no guarantee that the one you're looking for is going to be that 10% chance. So you can see how incredibly RNG based it's going to be if you just reset the same room over and over again and check like one little area. So I will leave that up to you to decide. I would highly recommend you go and just tick them off the list and go through the entire map, one section of the Grand Underground at a time, make a giant loop, and you'll be able to tick off each of these NPCs. If you do not see the NPC you're looking for, simply reset the room and go through that little section again until you get that 90% chance of talking to that NPC. And it took me about an hour and 30 minutes, but I didn't start by doing the most efficient way. I was trying to reset the rooms and sticking in one area. I didn't go through the entire area. And I think if I did that, it would have took me about an hour if I was being very diligent doing it. So that's about how long I think it would take you if you had the entire map unlocked. If you don't have the entire map unlocked, then this whole process is probably going to take you... It could take several hours depending on how much of the map you have unlocked. I would highly recommend you have the whole map unlocked before you attempt to find Spiritomb. But if you really want Spiritomb early on, you could spend several hours at route. I would recommend Route 207 because you can go into this. These are the smallest little segments in the game, and just walk in and out and check this one of these areas here where Elijah is. And I've heard some people to take them up to 10 hours. It may take you a couple hours, but that's what I would recommend. So let's go back to the game here and see what I'm talking about. Now, Letitia is standing there, and if after we smash their attacks, we're going to exit the room. And then we're going to go back out. Now, Letitia may not be standing in the same spot, and she's not. So, we have to go through this entire area to see if we can find Letitia again. She could be standing over here, and she is not. So, more likely she's standing in the center somewhere. So, let's go back to the little square shape. And we're going to run over here, past the little trader. And there she is. So, she switched spots. Now, like I said, you could go in here and just keep exiting this room and entering back in here and resetting the room and looking for different NPCs, but there's no guarantee you're going to get the NPC that you want. So go through the entire map and tick off NPCs till you have at least 32 out of the 35. Then you're ready to find Spiritomb. So I'm going to assume that you did that, and then let me show you what the Spiritomb... Well, let's go back to encounter Spiritomb. So let's go up first. And then we'll head back over to Spiritomb, which fastest way to get there, go to Salesian Town. And then, like I showed you earlier, simply run right of here, go down the little slope, and you are there. Now I'm going to go and cut to the video or actually encounter Spiritomb. I've already encountered it, so I can't encounter it again. I'll show you what that looks like, and then hope you guys enjoyed the video. Good luck on your grind. I hope you get Spiritomb or talk to all the NPCs quickly. Again, take you about an hour, hour and a half if you have the whole game unlocked, but that is by far the fastest method. And there's the encounter. Long awaited. This is actually the first time I've ever gotten this Pokemon organically. Feels good. And I don't think I'm going to grind for the shiny. Just try catching it normally. would be nice to have it in a regular Pokeball. Yeah, I think that's gonna be perfect. Chisel it down. Perfect. Alright, Spiritomb's finally caught. That took about 2 hours of grinding out NPC contacts. But we got it. It was bound to a fissure of an odd keystone as punishment for misdeeds 500 years ago. Okay, let's go ahead and set the box. Alright, so there you guys go. That is the way that you're going to get Spiritomb in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. We shall take a quick look at the Pokemon itself. If I can find it. It's probably where I picked up Spiritomb from. Which is one of these. There it goes. Okay. Alright, so yeah, it has pressure. It knows Spite, Payback, Nasty Plot, and Hex. Payback is actually a physical move, but it doesn't have a lot of physical attack. So otherwise it just kind of hexes you after it sets up with Nasty Plot. A little bit annoying, but you counter at level 25. And you can't use any priority moves on it. As far as stats go, this is a pretty bad one. You can see it's no good attack, that doesn't matter, but special attack is decent. Yeah, so this is kind of mediocre. Defenses aren't too amazing either, so I would probably reset if I were you to get a better one, but I'm not going to bother, I don't think, with this Spiritomb. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning into my stream if you watched it live. And I will see you guys later. Alright, bye for now.